The views expressed in the following
Well done.
Thank you. The views expressed in the following podcast are, like it or not, woven into this fabric of space-time. Absent time travel, you can't change that. Nevertheless, they do not reflect the views of our employers, spouses, friends, colleagues, mere universe counterparts, or sober selves. Keep your anti-gravity units primed. We're going in. Your mileage may vary. Welcome to Two and Change, the Canadian podcast, the 2-drink minimum. The people are real, the drinking is real, and the opinions, unfortunately, are also real.
On today's show, we discuss the first ever pictures of a black hole and the scientific achievements behind it. I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Just keep going.
But first, now that Ecuador has kicked Julian Assange out of their London embassy, what's next for the controversial founder of WikiLeaks?
Black hole.
What?
I mean, come on.
Jordan?
He's fighting the urge.
For what?
A sex joke.
What's so funny about a black hole? No, seriously. What's funny about a large section of space that sucks in everything around it? Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. You know what? You two are a terrible influence on me. You know that?
Yes, we are.
Black hole.
Good day, everyone. Josh has got the week off. This is Mike. We're introducing the show here. Welcome to Two and Change. And I am currently drinking what's this called? Oh, this is the Stock and Barrel.
Stock and Barrel. Good stuff.
It is good stuff, yeah.
Good stuff.
Mixes really well with cigars, Tim.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
This is Tim. I am going back to beer for this episode, so I am drinking a 100th Meridian Amber Ale from, I think, who makes this?
Not 100th as in it's its 100th
Mill Street,
beer.
Mill Street.
It's not like it's its 100th beer tonight.
It's the 100th Meridian. It's where the Great Plains begin, Mike.
Yeah.
What kind of Canadian are you?
The right kind.
Okay, fair enough.
There it is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, okay. And Josh has the night off, so we're welcoming Jordan back to the show. What are you drinking, Jordan?
I had a whole day of working, so I'm just drinking lemonade.
With
You have
ice.
lemonade?
He took your water and he had some thing in his pocket that he squeezed into it and it turned it into lemonade.
So he brought his own lemonade.
It's magic, Tim.
That's...
He performed wizardry. It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
So for anyone who is joining us for the first time, Two and Change.
Shame
is a
on you,
show,
first of all.
Also that, and thanks for joining us. This is a show where 3 Canadian drinking buddies get together, and we all have ridiculously different political backgrounds and ideologies. And what we try to do is we have a conversation about what it is that's on our minds for this week. And the beautiful part is that mostly because we're drunk, we're always friends by the end of it.
Drunk on lemonade.
Yeah, exactly. That's a real thing, for sure. Which brings us then, of course, to the first topic. Tim, what are we talking about?
Okay, so our first topic. So you guys saw that Julian Assange got booted out of the embassy in London.
Yeah, I never really got the reason why.
He jumped bail because, well, and this is where, I'm a centrist, but thing with Julian Assange, I'm not like the whole he's a hero, he's a villain. It's like he's a mixed bag at best. Let's be honest here.
He's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I mean, he went into the embassy to skip bail. He had charges of sexual assault.
Yeah, we're not talking about Edward Snowden kind of thing here. He's not Edward Snowden. He's
in Sweden too. I mean, let's
of all places, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I mean,
it's a lot to unpack.
I don't like him as a person. I appreciate some of the information he's brought to light, but
some of the things he's done I felt were rather important, especially with his work with Chelsea Manning, bringing that information to light. But at the same time, he suffered none of the consequences where Chelsea Manning suffered.
Well, that being said, he did just spend, of his own volition, 7 years in a room.
Yeah, so I mean,
and he was a dick to his captors, captors. I mean. Yeah. He wouldn't clean up after his cat. I mean, Jesus.
How did his cat even get there? Did he just make it I want my cat?
I think Pamela Anderson gave it to him.
Really?
Apparently, he's sort of dating Pamela Anderson.
How do you sort of date? You either are or you are not.
It's kind of hard to date anybody.
Would you admit to dating Julian Assange?
No, that's true. Okay. It's not like it's on Pamela Anderson's Twitter feed. I get that for sure. Yeah. So basically what we're saying is that look, he is a mixed. He's Captain Lorca. Is he kind of? Is he good? Is he not good? We
I
don't
love
know.
that Josh is not here. We can make Captain
all
Lorca
the Star Trek references. Yeah, he's Captain Lorca. Is he good? Is he bad? He's a mixed bag.
Have you seen the?
You have not finished season 1 yet, have you?
Not yet, but I know.
Okay, so
I know
no, so
enough.
no.
No spoilers. No spoilers. I know. Here's what
you may have to revise your statement.
So hold on.
future
Actually, you know what?
episodes.
Hang on. Check this out then. So right now, the last episode we watched, because I have to keep on waiting for my wife because she doesn't want me to watch it without her, and we basically
That's sweet.
the last one that we watched was okay. So the tardigrade is gone.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Yeah, it's very right. Thank you, VPNs, beautiful. And so tardigrade's been launched into space, and Lorca was kidnapped, and all kinds of things have happened. And then they got him back, and so forth and so on. Like what I've got here's.
Oh yeah. So no.
Hold on. So here's what this
No.
is me, the ignorant guy who hasn't seen the end of season 1 yet. Here's my prediction. I believe Captain Lorca is going to turn out to be an irredeemable douchebag who is going to end up either court-martialed or dead, preferably dead. Yeah.
You'll have
take-
to see.
Remember how I said they take a deep dive into the mirror universe?
Yeah, you did spoil that already.
So
for me a little bit.
we're gonna leave Star Trek Discovery alone.
Okay.
Disco is canon. I'm sorry, world. Anyway, Julian Assange.
Who may or may not watch Star Trek. We don't
Okay,
know.
question for you guys. All
Answer.
right. So, were you following WikiLeaks really before, can we separate WikiLeaks' work from Julian Assange? First of all,
I don't know if you can.
I was familiar with its existence for a few years before the diplomatic cables leaks, but it was really diplomatic cables that put it on the map.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Like we'll put it on the map. I was vaguely familiar until the Iraq thing with Chelsea Manning. That's what kind of put it on the radar.
And
for
that
me.
being said, that video you saw, the collateral murder video, the details of that video were public knowledge. It had been described in news articles before. Much of what Chelsea Manning actually leaked was already in the public domain or was not that damaging. What was really damaging were those diplomatic cables. Those were very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, I think too that what the bigger damage is that it showed that the U.S. military's network can be some private first class could access this.
Yeah.
And that to me is that's just bad password policy.
It
man.
really is. And not surprising.
I'm not shocked.
To me, WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, that whole element, the whole WikiLeaks element tells me that if you think that there is something that you can keep confidential or classified or top secret military or whatever, you just can't. There is no way to accurately secure info anymore.
I expect one of the takeaways from those diplomatic cable leaks was I expect they just document a lot less than they used to. There was a policy by British ambassadors until the 1980s where at the end of their mission they would write up a report, and invariably they would use this report to bitch and moan about how much they hated the country they were in or the people they were around. Until the Daily Mail or something got a hold of somebody complaining about, I think it was Italy or something.
Right.
And now, the 30
What's
years...
to complain about Italy? Really?
Have you met Italians? Dear God.
Wine and pasta. What's the problem?
Anyway,
Carbs and alcohol. What can go wrong? Right, Mike?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Those documents were a good source of historical information, and after that one got leaked, they ended the policy of writing those entirely. What's going to happen is the U.S. military is just going to purge data and not keep it anymore.
Which is a bit of a problem. But I mean, the other thing is with WikiLeaks that I've always had an issue with is obviously the 2016 election, but I mean, it seems rather selective of what he's being.
What's being leaked? Yeah,
I don't think Assange is an idiot, but I think he is an egotist.
He's a narcissist. He always claimed that he was just the conduit, that he was he was in between you and the truth. And then the 2016 election happened, of course.
And he became the truth.
He became
so
the truth.
This is a question. This is a debate.
I am the Senate.
That was part of the
I am above the law.
Yeah.
That was part of the criticism against Chelsea Manning was she is not like what's his name, Ellsberg? Daniel Ellsberg, the Pentagon Papers guy?
Oh yeah.
Because what he did was he found a document that said that the root cause, the justification for the Vietnam War was a lie.
Yeah.
And he took those documents and got them out, that document to prove that thing.
Yeah.
Chelsea Manning wasn't a whistleblower. She just got a whole ton of data and contacted, I think, the New York Times and I think the Guardian. It said, I have all this data. There's probably something interesting in it. And that's not how whistleblowing works. So they refused to take the data.
Which, by the way,
I'm
that is a
torn.
remarkable demonstration of journalistic integrity, that they would refuse to take the data.
Well,
like,
and
your
I'm
job
very-
is to collect information.
I'm very torn on Chelsea Manning.
I think it would be different now because we're so used to big data dumps.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
I think
Paradise
so.
Papers and the Pentagon Papers.
Yeah.
Paradise
True,
Papers and the
true.
Panama Papers.
Where I'm torn with Chelsea Manning is that I really don't know, because I think that what she did and in the manner she did it, there was going to be a repercussion. I think some of what she went through was absolutely inexcusable as far as solitary confinement, etc.
Yeah.
But I think
It
Obama
justifies-
probably did the right thing by commuting the sentence.
Yeah.
I think some price had to be paid. I think her prices may have been a little too heavy, but at the same time,
No, I don't think so.
I think a price had to be paid.
I
I think what she went through was probably too, like, as far as solitary confinement.
Didn't they give her 40 years or something?
yeah.
They threw the book at her, and I think
What
too,
she
like,
went through justified Edward Snowden fleeing the country.
Yes.
Like,
Well, and the other thing too is, like, I followed it too, where she was testifying. Oh God, what was she testifying? She was called to testify
Against
on
Assange.
against Assange, and she actually refused to testify. And and
Here's the thing. She was given immunity for her testimony.
Yeah.
And under American law, if you receive immunity, you cannot refuse to testify.
well, yeah, because the Fifth Amendment's against self-incrimination.
yeah.
And that's where I kind of had a bit of a problem with what she was doing at that point, because really at that point it's like you're
What do you have
defending
to
Julian
lose?
Assange at that point.
Who, again, isn't
Is a
full-
well-known asshole.
Well, he's not full villain, though.
He's not full
Isn't
villain, but
he?
at the same time, it's I don't think he's full villain, but I think he's
no hero.
He's
But-
not a,
hero.
he's
Oh,
not
he's
a
no
Bond
hero.
villain. He's not a Bond villain, but he's not a good guy by anybody's
God, no.
measure.
Well,
No.
but the thing is this is where it's like, I'm a member of several, like, more leftist or peace-oriented Facebook groups, and this is like...
Yeah, I've seen your Facebook page. Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But, they're like, Julian Assange is a hero, and, we need to free him. It's like, he is in jail right now for skipping bail on a sexual assault charge.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You cannot sit here and say, I support and believe women, and then give Julian Assange a free pass for the same goddamn thing.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But at the same time, you also have to concede that Western civilization is really complicated right now. Yeah.
Jesus, you can say that about any argument. Well, you can really concede that Western civilization is really complicated right now.
What
Come
I
on,
mean by
you
what I
can't
mean by
use
that is
as
this.
any argument.
What I mean by that is this: you've got people like Julian Assange, sexual assault. Oh, that's terrible. But then people are like, oh, but the service to the country would. And then you've got, I don't know, Donald Trump. You want to talk about sexual assault? Like, it's just.
Well, I think he should be brought up in charges too.
And he won't be. We all know that he won't be.
Then again, he didn't do it in Sweden, apparently.
The
Maybe.
conspiracy theory about Julian Assange is that the woman he had sex with was supposedly a honeypot who was there to entrap him. I think
And all those
CIA
women are lying about Bill Cosby too.
Yeah, the CIA has better options than some Swedish woman.
I mean, God, if
There's a lot worse.
You mean-
things
you mean
than
the CIA
Assange.
could send me some Swedish woman?
Have you seen Swedish women?
Oh no! I guarantee she's probably gorgeous, but I think the CIA
think
has
it's
more effective options than throwing a woman at a
and
creepy
this
hacker.
and this is and I bring it like and I put it in the same category as jet fuel can't melt steel, therefore 9/11 was an inside job. It's
Yeah.
like, and I find a lot of commonality between the defenders.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're like, what the hell is he saying? I thought I was on your side. I'm on the side of truth.
Yeah,
And I think that there is no
Julian
black and white on
Assange would
this.
appreciate that.
I'm
Yeah,
well.
but at the same time, I'm not. Yeah, but at the same time, and this is where he basically is accused of cooperating with Russian hackers in order to release DNC emails, and so basically, and selectively, and I think I don't think narcissist is probably the right tag, because I don't think he was malicious. I just think he was a useful idiot, just like Trump.
Not necessarily. I've read enough.
more
I
insidious
know.
than that.
I've read enough about Julian Assange. I was reading. There's a wonderful article. I think in the London Times, by the man who was contracted to ghostwrite his autobiography, who didn't know anything about Julian Assange when he went in to interview him. And he says he was constantly in fear of assassins, and he would have someone watch making his food. So he's a bit of a nut.
Well, hang on. This guy is literally hiding in an embassy for 7 years. You're going to develop some paranoia there.
This is before the embassy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is where it gets irritating.
This is when he was under house arrest in
People
England.
like him get conflated all the time with people like Edward Snowden. What Edward Snowden did had
That
actual
man was a
stakes.
damn patriot. Edward Snowden is indisputably, for anyone who cares
and
at
people
all.
conflate the two. One is just a narcissist out for like, but then the other one was like,
One's
Edward
a whistleblower.
Snowden.
One's a whistleblower. The
legit
other
one.
is
He's a narcissist.
One is a whistleblower. The other is a
Shit disturber.
Asshole.
A shit disturber.
Shit disturber. Yeah.
A troll.
That's a pretty good way, succinct way.
We're
of
getting
describing it.
to the end of the first segment here.
Already?
So, question is Julian Assange a journalist?
No.
No.
Why or why not?
A journalist, all he does is post media. He doesn't give any commentary. He doesn't give analysis. He doesn't synthesize. He doesn't deliver the news. He simply posts crap on the internet. If posting crap on the internet makes you a journalist, then you are a journalist, and Mike is a journalist by making this podcast.
Yay!
All right.
We are journalists.
We're journalists.
Mike, why not?
I don't believe WikiLeaks is a journalistic endeavor. It is a I don't know
Which
what
is the
you'd call it.
defense? Which is the defense they're mounting, though?
And here's what I can tell you.
Except no, it's
the
not.
reason why I say that he's not a journalist is for the same reason that I don't think that there are a lot of real journalists left in the world at all. A journalist's job is to show who, what, when, where, why, and how. And in that sense, when you start selecting,
And he's showing here.
well, it's not even that. If you start selectively releasing information for political, ideological reasons, at that point you're closer to like a societal influencer
Fox
than a journalist.
News.
You're a propaganda.
Fox News, CNN, pick
Propaganda,
one.
sorry.
Right? You're a propaganda artist.
And we should point out that Julian Assange is not. They're not going after him for leaking. They're going after him for computer crimes, for hacking.
Yes. And at that point, we'll have to leave it there. When we come back, we're going to bring our weekly WTF.
Yeah,
This is a remarkably swear-free episode.
it is.
Jordan, we need to have you on more, but just to clean up my potty language.
Yeah.
And when we come back, weekly WTF. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Two and Change, the podcast where whiskey is the most superior drink.
Hold on just one damn minute. There are many drinks out there.
Like Kahlua and coffee. I need
And
my
beer.
caffeine and beer.
And those drinks exist. Whiskey is better. You know what else is better? Our website, twoandchange.ca. You
Better
can
than
also,
what?
Better than all of the above. Where you can also find our blog at twoandchange.ca. You can also look us up on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us there, and hopefully you're enjoying the show.
All right, welcome back from the break. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is?
Not tool time.
It's time for weekly What the F***. All right, everyone, you know how this works. We find the weirdest, wackiest, and wildest news of the week so you, the listeners, don't have to go out and find it. This is our way of giving back to the community. It's charity, really.
It is, yeah.
Charity, yes. Starting off with Organ Man. So Organ Man called the police about a burglar. Armed officers found a rogue Roomba. According to NPR, the Washington County Sheriff in Oregon responded to a call from a frantic house guest to report a burglar making rustling noises. Responding with guns drawn, the deputies surrounded the house to find a rogue Roomba apparently doing a, quote, very thorough job, unquote. The whole thing played out over the course of 25 minutes with live updates from Facebook. Comments included, I hope they dusted for prints, and great job catching the sucker. Man, do you guys have a Roomba? I mean, I don't know.
I owned one once, and it worked great for about 3 weeks, and then it got clogged with dust and it stopped working.
You don't have to clean it, right?
Did I ever tell you about the inventor of the Roomba?
Really?
Yes.
Who did?
Story for another time. Weekly, what the f?
All right, go for it.
Right. Drunk Florida man arrested at Olive Garden after eating spaghetti with his hands.
See, Josh, you're missing Florida man.
Yeah.
According to the Miami Herald, officers in Naples, Florida were dispatched to a local Olive Garden after a disturbance was reported. Apparently, a shirtless man was asking patrons for money outside the restaurant and yelling expletives. When cops arrived, they encountered a shirtless man sitting on a bench shoveling spaghetti into his mouth with his hands. Before being placed in handcuffs, officers did give the man paper towels so he could clean the pasta off his face.
Now, my question is that did they come with paper towels? Did they stop at a store? Did they have to go into the Olive Garden? Like, where did the paper towels come from?
Probably from Olive Garden.
There's like a hole that just goes. Like, are the people of Naples, Florida, the taxpayers in Naples, Florida, equipping their police with paper towels on the off chance that there could be a shirtless man eating spaghetti?
Or maybe because their officers are very bored in their cruisers and they need paper towels for
It's
reasons.
Florida. Of course, they're not going to be that bored.
That's true. Yeah, Florida man keeps him busy, for sure. Yeah, it's fantastic. Also, finally, one of our listeners, Taylor, submitted this one. Thank you, Taylor. Woman crashes her car after spotting a spider while driving, according to police. According to CTV News, a woman in New York totaled her vehicle and injured her leg after spotting a spider in the vehicle. Once again, Facebook offered sympathetic and sage advice, like she should burn the car too, just to make sure it's really dead.
Oh, come on. Crashing a car because of a spider.
I can relate to this one.
Drive it off the cliff. You really have to make sure that
yeah.
bastard's dead.
Yeah. So, fun fact, I actually, someone in my immediate family had an accident where a bee was in the car, and the police, the police let her, bees, yeah, and the police let her off because it was an extenuating circumstances, and
there were bees.
Because there was a bee in the car. And I still remember reading the news article where they basically said that the driver was being, you ready for this? Bugged. And it was
buzz off.
Exactly.
Right. So that's it for this week's What the F. If you're enjoying these segments, please submit your link to toandchange.ca. Post us on Facebook or Twitter, or if you happen to know me personally, just send it by direct message. Thank you, Taylor.
Thanks, Taylor.
We love you.
Very good. Now, the next thing on our agenda, it says that Josh is going to introduce the next topic. So, Josh.
Awkward.
We wish him well with what he's doing this evening.
I don't.
Yeah. I do. It's fine.
I do.
Yeah. Jordan, want to fill in for him? We're talking about our second topic.
Black hole.
There.
No, I think I said you were going to do this, Mike.
Not according
Don't
to
put
the
our
script.
guests in the spot.
That's fine.
I think Mike should do
we
it.
talked
Mike.
about this first.
So we
talked about this.
So it looks like a team that is kind of headed by Katie Bauman, Dr. Katie Bauman, has now photographed sort of the first ever picture of a black hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
Insert obligatory ex-wife joke here.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Pick your favorite one, your favorite flavor. The idea behind this team,
Sorry, that joke sucks.
I am so happy that we're having this conversation right now. That's fantastic. Yep. It's a gravity well of bad puns. Yeah. Okay, so basically here's the idea. This is remarkable because of course
no light can escape my heart.
And that's actually one of the things. And so the person who was like heading this project, Dr. Katie Bauman, 2 years ago, she gave a TED talk titled "How to Take a Picture of a Black Hole." And
she was working on it back then. Though.
Yeah, and this week she freaking pulled it off,
and it was amazing.
It really was.
So what I read is that they took images from like 20 different
35
different
telescopes
and arrays of telescopes too, right?
Yeah.
So she developed an algorithm that took all these images together. It's just amazing work. And I'm just going online and you have all these like freaking flat earthers, anti-vaxxers going, space isn't real, it's all fake.
Well, to me, that wasn't even the most depressing part. To me, the most depressing part of this is that
you're a woman scientist. It's not she's a scientist.
Yeah, like and to
scientist.
Me, the fact that was most depressing about this is like we have just accomplished something that is really objectively remarkable, and all these incels on the internet are being like, "Yeah, there were men on the team who were involved too," you know.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Which fine, there were. I think there was like what 35, 40 people involved in this project. Fine, but they are all the ones who are saying yes, Bauman is the one heading this up. Like they want her to.
She found out about the project while she was still in school.
High school. Not college school, high school.
And then she went to school just so she could participate in this project. It's like, that's
Like we're talking,
Awesome.
She's 16 or 17 years old and decides at that point to dedicate her life to catching this photo that we've got
And
right
she
now.
accomplished it, and she's what, early 20s still. My God,
Yeah,
genius,
ridiculously
Beautiful.
accomplished,
That's amazing,
wonderful. And the other part of it, and this is the part where it's just like I expected the photo to be more or less what it looked like. But then there's all these
obligatory X joke here.
exact right. Yeah. Well, no, but to me, the part that I found most entertaining about this, there's all these people on the internet being like, "It's blurry." You know what?
Well, no shit.
Screw you.
What did you expect?
It's a freaking black hole. Like we had to redefine and reinvent the photograph to make this happen. All right? Yeah, like
We had to invent certain physics.
Be grateful it was in color. All right? Like we got.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I freaking hate, like, it's like trolls, and it's like, I don't believe in science. Well, it doesn't believe in you, but
Exactly.
belief is not required.
As it turns out, facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Jordan, you been following this one?
Not really. No, I saw the photo and I saw all the memes. I like
it's a
the
beauty-
memes.
the memes are nice. Yeah.
Oh, like the Eye of
the Black Heart,
Sauron.
the Sour of Sauron. Yeah.
I saw one where it was like a picture of a doggo with a frisbee.
So I really
Zoomed
like the
in.
one, like there's these ones where they keep on zooming out of the black hole and it turns into something else. The two of my favorite ones were like you see the black hole and it zooms out, and then you see there's another one beside it. Zooms a little bit further. No, those are the two eyes of the cat that's looking at you right now.
I see ones where they zoom in and it's just like a pile of guitar picks.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
apparently those, or socks.
Yeah.
They keep getting
the
lost.
socks.
Yeah, that thing is the size of the freaking solar system.
It
It's like
is, yeah.
actually past that too. It's like, wow.
Yeah, well, and keep in mind that when you're looking at it on the photograph, you're not looking at just the black hole. Like the black circle in the middle of that thing is actually the center of the thing.
Yes.
And
You're not looking at the
back.
black hole. You're looking at the.
You're looking at the back of it and the front of it at the same time.
Well, yeah, because
What?
the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. Doesn't matter what angle you look at it at. It's always going to look the same.
Because the light is bending around the back of it and firing back at you. Any of the light that escapes the gravity well, like it's curving around and flinging back at your face.
So like the
when-
science nerd in me is like that is awesome because like the one thing they didn't capture is the matter being or the light being expelled from it. I wish
Yeah.
they had, but again, they reinvented the photograph to make this thing happen.
And
so I'm not gonna be too fussed.
It was incredible, and I feel like
Oh,
there's a
I'm nerding out
lot
so
of
much.
well, there's a lot of science that's going to build off of this now. Like, I mean, look, whether she wants it or not, Dr. Bauman, you're getting a Nobel for this. You
and
are
Dr.
getting a
Bauman,
Nobel.
right now, you are getting the 2 inch age bump.
You
I
are.
know the Nobel's going to feel awesome, but hey,
Yeah, the $1 million prize, and also like
the 2 inch change bump though.
Yeah, you
that's
also-
worth like 6 Nobels.
You
right
also,
there.
by the way, have like an open standing invitation for you or any one of your team to come and be a guest on our show.
no, just her.
Just her. Okay, fine.
I wonder what she drinks.
What is she?
I'd be disappointed if she didn't drink beer.
Is there a drink called the Black Hole? Please tell me there is.
There is
we,
now.
we need to make one.
We're going to make a drink called the Black Hole.
Isn't that
Well, let's
the-
Google
is that-
this. We have the internet for a reason.
There is, yeah, exactly.
I think
All
that
right.
might be the 649 shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll call it the Black Hole. Actually, you know what? There was also a petition on the Star Trek subreddit that they want to create a ship in the Star Trek universe called the USS Bauman.
I'd be behind
I'm,
that.
I'm game. I'm
Yep.
game. This is great. Like, she deserves to be immortalized in any way that we can. This is, and you know, and to be, yes, so does the rest of her team, but she is the one heading up the project.
Black hole cocktail. Okay.
All right.
This is a thing.
Please,
All right,
the ingredients are.
all right. So 2 parts dark rum,
Yep.
1 part lemon juice, 4 parts iced tea, and half part sugar syrup, simple syrup.
That actually, to be honest, sounds like it would be revolting. But
Yeah.
It sounds all right. It sounds.
we should have prepped for this. We should have made 3 of these things, and we'd be like, all right, we're having a black hole tonight.
Or at least, sung some more
Yeah.
black holes.
Or something, yeah.
Won't you- Okay, so let's see. Wait, there's more. There's different.
There's more.
Yeah, it's different instructions. Oh, it's called a Vegas bomb. Oh, you know when you Google something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna click on this, and no, it's something completely different. Yeah.
It's like the time when you Googled that phrase, "Don't you hate it when a chinchilla eats the universe?" and you go into Google image search, and it like you're not disappointed.
what?
You've never done that?
No.
Google image search.
I have-
Don't you
I've-
hate it when a chinchilla eats the universe?
I have a normal life. I don't do these things.
That's fine. We're gonna play the Google What If game at some point.
Fair.
It is, yeah. So anyway, we're super thrilled. We're very, very happy that the black hole has been photographed, and it's as
So
cool as we thought it would be.
I think where this is going is just more of. So the question is like, we keep coming up with these amazing scientific discoveries. I mean, so the other day, like yesterday, because we're filming this on a Friday. So yesterday was the Falcon Heavy launch.
Yeah,
and
that
we
too, yeah.
talked about the initial launch actually with Heather and Josh.
Yes,
as well.
I remember that, yeah.
So. I look at these amazing scientific achievements that keep happening, and then part of me is like, with the internet, it's like, fake. It's
Yeah.
like someone goes like shitcock all over it. It's like, and it just feels like, how do you keep your spirits up and like such amazing human achievement, and then you have people like, I don't want to vaccinate my kids.
Right.
Like how do you keep excited about
Or
things?
even and don't get me wrong, I guiltily chuckled at this, but this woman's life's work culminated this week, and then I found a meme on the internet of the black hole, and you're zooming out, and it's Snoop Dogg smoking a joint. Like, I mean, at some point,
I think the
I think
fact
she
that
would actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that it's
that's
become this much of pop culture. I think that we can let that one slide.
Okay.
I think a
fair
20-year-old scientist would be happy that her research project isn't dusty in the back of a journal, that it's the front page of Reddit.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
how many scientific projects actually become Facebook memes?
I don't remember CRISPR becoming a Facebook meme. It should have.
Crispin Glover hasn't even become a Facebook meme. So I don't think
Yeah. It's just like we can now modify genetic material in a live organism, and Reddit just
which is
sleeps.
weird in of itself because
It
people
really
are just freaking doing it themselves and thinking, I don't think it's going to do what you think it's going to do.
I don't know. The Chinese just quote accidentally enhanced a human being by deleting a certain genetic component.
Do you want augments? Because this is how we get augments.
We
How
knew
we
that
get
was
Khan!
coming. Come
Khan!
on! But look,
This is why it's great Josh isn't here. We can make multiple Star Trek references.
all of the Star Trek and
Josh,
Star
we
Wars
miss you.
and-
Please come back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're at the mercy of our own.
This is what
references.
happens when you're not here.
Well, dude, you are literally wearing a Star Trek shirt right now.
Yes,
it's
I
it's a
am.
blueprint of the USS Enterprise on your, and it's beautiful.
And it's the original
Yes.
Enterprise. No. Well, I got to specify now. Sorry.
NCC
The
1701.
United Federations of Planets.
That's right.
NCC 1701.
No bloody A, B, C, or D. With my green drink from Data.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry and Brandy, by the way.
That's right. Sorry, that's right. Yeah. Picard identified it later. That's good.
It looked like Vixx. I'm guessing it was Vixx.
Probably. Well,
He
no.
was probably in a lot of pain towards the end of his life. Anyway.
Yeah.
He was missing part of his thumb,
Yeah. So here's
World War II.
No,
So-
he was missing his middle finger on his right hand.
Oh, I thought it was his thumb.
No, he was in the D-Day landing, and
Yeah, I know that.
a bullet took off his finger.
Hold up. Who are we talking about?
Scotty.
Jimmy Doohan.
He was
Scotty.
missing a finger?
Yeah, if you watch the original series, he's always very careful to never have his hand open when it's close by. And when they did close-ups of him moving
Right.
the they had a
Mind
hand
blown.
double. They had a hand double for him doing the raising the levers on the transporter.
And that's what I never understood about the original Enterprise. They couldn't hire just a guy to run the transporter. They did that later on. But I mean, why do you have to run the transporter and like run the ship? I mean, you think running the transporter would be like a low-level job.
You'd think, right?
It's
Entry
cheaper
level?
to have one actor than two.
Yeah.
They had tons of red shirts.
But you know what's even cheaper? Assuming that the transporter can be, I don't know, voice activated. Like it's 2019. First Contact hasn't even happened yet, and we've got like 4 different
Then
voice
they had to
activated.
pay Majel Barrett to do some voiceover. As
I'd
the
be okay
computer.
with that.
Still cheaper than
And she was, I don't think she was the voice of the computer in the original series.
Yes, she was.
Was she?
in the
Yes,
original.
'Cause
She
the
was
original series was
she was
weird
she was
voice.
number one. She was Nurse
yes.
Chapel.
Yeah,
she was
she
the
was.
voice of the computer, and she was Roddenberry's mistress.
Wife.
She was and
Mistress at the time.
Oh, okay.
No, girlfriend.
As
the
was
wiki describes her as girlfriend.
Okay.
So, as I understand, this is getting way off topic here, but
Oh, God, yes, it is.
yeah, he
Talking
was
about black
he
holes.
was
We're nerding
married.
out.
He was married to his first wife and dating Nichelle Nichols.
Really?
And then got together with Majel, and then when they got serious with Majel, Nichelle left him because she didn't want to be the mistress to the other mistress. Roddenberry had a habit of casting women he was sleeping with.
This feels
He-
like the 1970s.
He was also having an affair with DC Fontana, who was one of the writers.
Huh.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I know he had a hot tub.
I mean, and yet,
he
we
lib-
all love Gene Roddenberry anyway.
He liberally enjoyed cocaine in the 1970s.
Well, who
It was the
didn't? You work in
1970s. Who
TV.
didn't?
You weren't allowed to have a show on at CBS if you weren't doing a lot of cocaine.
So I got a question. I got a question for my podcast mates and for anyone who's listening and for Dr. Bauman if she's listening as well.
She's not.
What? You know what? Shut up. Yes, she is. What now? We've accomplished this amazing thing. What's next? What do we do now?
I think
You've
we
just photographed a black hole. What's next? I'm going to Disneyland.
Exactly.
I think a more macro level, we need to get people to believe the Earth is round, and we need to get
That is
people-
not
No.
as big of a problem as people think it is.
Look,
Okay,
look, look.
I have family members who believe the vaccines cause autism.
You know what?
Yeah.
This is where I am on this. It's dangerous. make it mandatory or you don't get to participate in polite society, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as like around earthers, quit giving them a platform.
Yeah.
They actually, in California, they did make it so that they cannot opt out for cultural reasons.
Good.
They can only opt out for medical reasons. And what they found is there'll be a handful of doctors, often people who are not related to vaccines. They're not even pediatricians. They're just some random chiropractor or something. And the chiropractor is giving them a letter on
What are you
down
hating?
like the fist
What
of
are you
God
hating
on
on
those people.
chiropractors for? They're not all bad.
Chiropractors mostly.
Not mostly. Some of them are, but not mostly.
Look, physiotherapy, chiropractic, like, so there's a podcast I listened to called The Gist with Mike Pesca. He actually interviewed somebody he does this segment, Is This Bullshit?
Okay, yeah.
And he talked about chiropractic. He's talking about,
Sure.
he actually interviewed somebody who did a lot of
Why are
research
you
on
making
it
the
that he-
wanking symbol with your hand right now?
Yes, I am. He also interviewed his own chiropractor too to talk about some of it, and it's like the reality is that chiropractic works, but so does physiotherapy,
so does massage therapy.
massage therapy. It works.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
But people saying get chiropractic on an infant so they don't have to get vaccinated, she's dying in a fire, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and that's exactly, like, I mean, I can tell you, so
Full of dirty needles.
my chiropractor right now is the kind of person who's just like, okay, what we can do is we can help your muscles to be less stiff, we can get your bones into alignment, everything's fine. I do not know personally any chiropractors who's like, I'm gonna cure cancer, like, because those people are idiots.
I
Well,
do.
Yeah.
well, whether or not you can cure cancer with chiropractic, we are out of time.
We are.
So I just want to thank Jordan for stopping by, filling in for Josh. We'll have to have you on more often. We always enjoy it when you come by. Anyway, if you are enjoying this episode, make sure you check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, wherever you get your podcast. Special thanks to Matt Abel, our contributing editor / writer. Hey, throw some more stuff our way if you can.
Absolutely.
Anyway, for Two and Change, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jordan.
We'll see you next time. No, what's next? I think,
Next we take a high def picture of a black hole, and after that, a video moving GIF.
Look,
I
think we're just, I think getting excited about science is the next thing. I mean, it's heartening to see how many people watch, like, the Falcon Heavy launch. It's heartening to